Well, after prosecutors hired a clinical expert to examine the mental condition of former police officer Mark Torre Jr., there is a possibility that the court may not allow that expert to perform the examination at all. PNC's Donna De Jesus was at the courthouse today to get the latest on the case.
Since the last pretrial conference of Mark Torre Jr., it seemed things were moving forward. The jury questionnaire is complete, the prosecution retained their clinical psychologist, and the list of items yet to be tested for the defense has been submitted. There are only a couple of major things that need to be finalized.
Hopefully before January 4th, we'll get the court's decision, a written decision about whether the internal affairs files of the defendant and the victim, Officer Piolo, will be disclosed or not. Although I recollect the court saying he wasn't going to, verbally, at least in court, that's what I remember him saying, but I guess we're waiting for the written opinion.
Also pending is the written opinion about whether or not the prosecution will be allowed access to have their expert, clinical psychologist Dr. Dennis Donovan, examine Mark Torre on his mental condition regarding the defense's argument about the alcohol-induced blackout based on the examination of their expert, Dr. Pablo Stewart.
It's clear in this case that we have not formally asserted or informally asserted any plea of not guilty by reason of mental illness, disease, or defect. It is my opinion that at the time of the shooting death of Albert Piolo, Mark Torre Jr. was in an alcohol-induced blackout. An alcohol-induced blackout prevents an individual from creating a reliable narrative memory of the events that occurred during the blackout.
However, Judge Michael Bordalio says the court is inclined not to allow the examination since all the actions were reported as reckless and the intoxication was self-induced. But Chief Prosecutor Phil Tidingo is hopeful that the judge will grant the request before the next pretrial conference.
I hope it doesn't turn into a one-sided expert situation, because as I cited the case law says that both the Supreme Court of the United States and the Ninth Circuit and other courts that the only way to counter an expert testimony is to present expert testimony.
The witness list is still at about 200 people, which both sides will need to narrow down by next month.
The body camera video, it speaks for itself, it shows for itself. So it'll be up to the jury to decide what meaning to give to that evidence.
Another pretrial conference is scheduled for January 4 at 9 a.m. Reporting for PNC, I'm Donna De Jesus.